Welcome to the Adventures of Coolwulfes. I'm Josh, and this is Jessica.
We want to take you on our adventures, whether that be through gaming, travel, or, as this video pertains, anime.
That's right. We recently watched Trigun Stampede. We are going to try to keep the main story points under wraps. And try to be spoiler free, but just a warning, we probably will have spoilers, so you better watch the show if you haven't.
Once I start talking about something I'm liking, it's just like no filter.
Yep, no filter whatsoever on this one over here.
Before we dive into our thoughts, though, a quick little tidbit about us. We jumped into the Trigun Stampede as newcomers, not having seen the original series from the 90s or read the manga.
Jessica didn't even know what Trigun stood for till weeks after we watched the show. What did you think the title meant?
I don't even know. I think I was just like, I was so focused on the stampede part of things that I didn't even know. But if you want to know, I did figure it out.
I mean, there was no stampedes in any part of that show, so
I did look it up eventually. But anyway, we came in with fresh eyes. No spoilers. To be honest, I didn't even realize the show was made in the 90s till after researching this for the YouTube video. So I guess we should work on that.
And if we're being honest here, Jessica's the only one who will watch the show all the way through because episode 4 gives me the heebie-jeebies with the Colossus worm.
Colossus? The Colossus worm?
Yep.
Oh my gosh, the worm was not even a problem. It was not even a threat, okay? Like, Wolfwood came in and he was like, boom, boom, boom. It was not even a threat.
Yeah, but it still gives me nightmares because it's bigger than my boot.
Okay, well, the reason why he says this is because I had to tell him everything after episode 4. So everything that he says that doesn't pertain to episodes 1 through 4, just know it's through my lens being the storyteller.
With that, I guess it's time to talk about the visuals.
We were blown away by the visuals. The animation is definitely top notch, and Studio Orange did a great job bringing this post-apocalyptic world to life. Is it post-apocalyptic? Because it's technically a different planet. But anyway, the bright color pops and the smooth action sequences were what really sold me.
Agree. There were definitely a lot of moments where you paused that screen and you could capture a pretty sweet background.
But also the cover of the show is what essentially made me click watch. So just because the visuals in the show are cool, it's also probably a good thing to note that the cover art for it is still top notch. Because just imagine I was going through Crunchyroll on my TV, getting ready for bed, and I see this bright, colorful image. So of course I'm going to click on it.
That and the fact the series is only 12 episodes. I remember you're telling me that you were burnt out by One Piece and were trying to find something quick and simple. Little did you know this show would take over your every thought for the next couple weeks.
For real, the story was definitely not simple, and it was a roller coaster of emotions that I was not ready for. And it went fast, especially those first 3 episodes. Like one thing after another, not knowing if I should cry, feel angry.
I don't know if I can really take that judgment just because you still didn't know what the show title meant at that point.
Oh my gosh, are we still on that?
Oh, yes.
I just remember.
I can't live down the giant insects. You can't live down the title.
Oh my gosh. I just remember laughing like partway through the 3rd episode when they were fighting that E.G. Mine character. And I was like laughing at everything that I was seeing, not because it was funny, but because I just didn't know how to respond. Like I was so I was so in awe. I was like, what am I watching?
You literally were so loud when you started watching the series at that time. I wasn't with you, and I just remember hearing you scream through my noise-canceling headphones, what is happening? And on the other end of the house, again, with noise-canceling headphones. I'm sure our entire neighborhood heard us.
I'm normally not loud when I watch a show, but it's just like that just shows.
That depends on the show. They have to really get you into it, and you really got into this one.
The cover of the show was just so bright and fun. I thought I was getting myself into like a comedy anime, and then here's this guy Knives destroying an entire town in literally seconds. I mean, like, mind blown. Okay, just mind blown.
Vash's character is going to be the highlight since the show is essentially about him. You can stop interrupting me and let me tell my part of the story instead of you.
You didn't even watch past episode 4.
Yeah, but Vash was in that first 4 episodes, wasn't he?
He better be. He's the main character in the show.
Exactly. So I still know that part. You don't get to tell me what to do then.
Okay, tell us about Vash.
Watching him evolve from a smiling, goofy outlaw to someone facing his past, making tough choices with his pacifist attitude.
Can you say that 400 times?
No, I cannot. It doesn't make me wonder, though.
Oh, yeah?
Like, does every bad guy need to live? Like, how long can Vash keep this position before it bites him in
the butt? I mean, yeah, it is very hard to see because I know, like, we all love a good hero story, right?
Yes.
Like, we want to see the bad guys, like, we don't necessarily do we want to see the bad guys die, or do we want to just see them, like, go to jail or something? But at the end of the day, there are certain, like even America has, like, the death penalty. So it really is. It comes to question how this story is going to play out in future episodes. The reason why we bring this up is because Wolfwood is a character that essentially has this mindset of he'd rather shoot first and ask questions later. But also, I do gotta say, he's an undertaker, and I think I'm a little gullible. Like, do you think I'm gullible? I mean,
Gullible's written on the ceiling right there.
I mean, when he first came onto the screen, I was totally buying it. I was like, okay, Undertaker, invoices for funerals, carry a cross around. This is an anime. They do some weird stuff, but I'm in it. I'm there for it. I'll just go along, follow along. Oh my gosh. And then the cross became a gun. I'm just like, what is happening? But anyway, the series unfolds. His journey is going to be one to take note. His way of doing things is obviously going to butt heads with Vash quite a bit, especially with Vash having this pacifist mentality. So, like, the 2 final characters of the core group, I would say, are Meryl and Roberto. And I feel like these 2 really played well off of each other. I like Meryl's attitude, but you can definitely tell there's some naivety, like some growth that definitely happens through the course of the 12 episodes. And especially when something really major happens with Roberto, so I'm kind of interested to see how her story plays out in the 2nd season, to kind of see, like, if she's going to be a big role or if she's going to take on some of Roberto's personality traits and way of teaching to her new apprentice, essentially.
Trigun Stampede really makes you think, from Vash's quirky character to complex relationship between humans, plants, and religion, as shown in representation by Eye of Michael. Trigun Stampede tackles some deep theme. It had us questioning the boundaries of humanity, what truly means to coexist, but there is also quite a bit of questions on your morality.
There are so many times where Vash is asked, what side are you on? Why not get rid of the problem? Especially when Wolfwood comes into the show. It's like the first episode I guess it's more like the 2nd episode that Wolfwood comes into the show, where they actually have to really butt heads of, like, why not just get rid of the problem before the problem destroys you? And there's also an episode where Vash is literally trying to pull Wolfwood to not give up on his friend, who is a bad guy, and try to save him. It's crazy. It's obvious morality is going to be a big theme in this series, but, like, there's also that coexisting of different types of creatures. You got the humans and the plants, and, like, how we interact with each other, not just in, like, a, like, oh, we're going to, like, be green, like, recycle, you know, green! But, like, you could really take it into, like, we all are different people. We all come from different walks of life. How do we coexist without destroying each other, essentially?
Yeah, that's a good point.
That comes up to the main baddie, which is Knives. Like, he wants the plants to live a peaceful existence, but he gives into his anger, and he feels that humans only bring pain and suffering, so his solution to the problem is very extreme. But it really wants you, it again delves into how would you solve the situation of coexisting, and would you give it a chance? In conclusion, Trigun Stampede was an incredible journey. Whether you're a diehard fan of the original series or a newbie like us, this anime is an absolute must-watch. It's got action, it's got heart, a powerful message that will stay with you.
So that wraps up our review. If you've seen Trigun Stampede or the 90s version, please let us know in your thoughts in the comments below. And
I know for sure I'd like to dive into the 90s adaptation as well as the manga because I am an avid reader. I could probably read through this manga easy.
As always, don't forget to like and subscribe. Join the pack, the Wolf Pack, for gaming and anime adventures alike. And bye!